Mark, a 1-1 draw to open the season. Your thoughts on the game?
I think what we thought before the game actually materialised. They frustrated, they defended really well, they were resilient and looked to break. They got the goal and gave them something to hang on to, which we spoke about again before the game. But we've got to do better in that, in terms of staying on their feet and not committing and winning the first ball. But we looked at it. I thought first half we lacked penetration. We had lots of football, lots of ball, switched it side to side, good range of passing, opened them up time after time in terms of side to side, but never really tested the keeper we wanted to. Thought we were a little bit safe. And I understand the expectation in the first game and the crowd, etc. So second half, more penetration. We should have won it second half, in terms of the number of chances we've created. But it's just that lack of that bit more quality in the final third. Because as I said, we were dominating possession. It didn't hurt us really. It was just us being loose, a couple of loose passes out from the back. But in general, we dominated the football. But just got to be braver, a little bit braver in the key areas, take risk in the key areas, a bit more commitment in the key areas. But we got into it. The subs made, pleased with the subs, how we got on, etc. And did well. Jordan sat in there, so I was pleased with that. But as I say, first came out of the way now. That first one's gone, and we can move forward from here.
You talked there about a lack of penetration, maybe a lack of quality. What can you do to rectify that going forward?
That's a goal. It's $1 million question, isn't it? From our point of view, that we moved the ball, just a bit more bravery. But it's, you got all the significance of today's game. We know what it meant to so many people at the club, and that expectation, the atmosphere is fantastic. And you hear the crowd quite rightly get impatient sometimes, but at the same time, when we scored the goal, they were magnificent. So we've got to feed off of that, and we've got to recognise what we have to do better. But I thought, as I say, the first game stats are very positive. Just lacked a bit of bravery in that key final third.
And that goal, a fantastic ball in from Harry Forrester, and both subs really had a great impact when they came on.
Yeah, and pleased with Michael. Michael came on, he's got the pace and the power, and he did a job, especially when he came off and down to 10 men. But that's what I'm saying about the bravery aspect. Harry took it early, hit a pass outside of his foot, so Joe won the tackle. Harry looked up, seen the pass, played it. Great run, great finish, good goal. But you need that bit of bravery, because as I said, the safe option is to pass it out wide. The safe option is to take another touch and pass it square. So it's being brave, seeing the pass. And we've got players who can do that. There's no doubt we've got players who can do that. But I think, as I say, a lot of expectation, a lot of significance of today's game. So we are where we are. We've got the point, and disappointed to drop 2 at home. But looking forward to Tuesday night now.
Yeah, and Martin Wycorn obviously went off with an injury late on. How is he?
No, we'll see how he is. He'll present in the morning. The boys are looking at him now, and do what they have to do. The medical team and those guys are first class, so they'll look after him, see how he presents, and we go from there.
You talked about the atmosphere and the occasion. Do you think your players handled that okay?
Yeah, and it is a very significant game. We said to the players before the game, and we said all week, that there's no misunderstanding about the significance of today's game. It's been 4 difficult years, and the club's back in the top flight, and it means so much, quite rightly, to so many people at the club. So all of the players, those who were here last year and longer, and those who have arrived in the summer, knew the significance of the game. So it was important. The atmosphere was magnificent, and the chairman unfurling the flag and etc. We said, don't let that lose our focus. But there's a lot to contend with today. They've done it, they've dealt with it, and now we move on.
And a quick word for your goalkeeper, a fantastic save just after you equalised.
Yeah, we did that, and he's a first-class keeper. He's being pushed now by Matt Gilks, and he works hard every day where he's in training. Distribution, he's brave, he gets on. We asked him to do a lot of things to get on the ball. If you remember this time last year, the crowd were nervous because obviously got a keeper playing out with his feet, but they saw as the season progressed how good he can be. So I'm delighted for Wes. He's worked so hard, and Gilksy likewise. Gilksy will get a start on Tuesday. It's important that the whole squad gets good pitch time.
And Matt Gilksy say will start on Tuesday. Can we expect a number of changes?
There'll be some changes on Tuesday, but it's a game we want to win. We're never making changes for the sake of it. It's using the squad, as we always say, using the squad, keeping everyone fit for when they're needed.